Hi guys, this is my object-oriented programming lab. Starting with my vehicles class, I created a private variables and the vehicle constructor right below it. I then use this to set the constructor parameters to the instance variables, these guys right here, and then create getter methods for every variable down here. And then the next class is the car class, which is a subclass of vehicle. This class creates its own private variable number of doors, which is unique to the car class. The super and over here in the constructor calls the parent class vehicle to initialize and inherit the inherited variables. So it's just these guys are here, and then uses another this for the new parameter number of doors. And then it has another get method for the number of doors. Then you have gas car and electric car classes. These classes are subclasses of the car class that also implement the combustible and chargeable interfaces. So this is gas car, it's implementing combustible. The gas car creates a public variable for the fuel level, and so that's for every gas car object. This fuel level is set initially to 0 when the object is created, but below it there is the get fuel level and tank up method that increases the fuel level or returns the fuel level when called. The electric car has the same setup but just a battery charge variable. And then the third car class is the hybrid car class. This implements the interface for both combustible and chargeable. I create public variables for battery charge and fuel level and have the same get up methods for both variables. This is why chargeable and combustible are interfaces instead of classes, because we're able to use more than one interface in a class, but we can't implement more than one. We can't be a subclass in more than one class. So we extends car and then we implement combustible and chargeable. All the vehicles in under car are basically similar, and then you also have pickup truck and sports utility vehicle, which are not subclasses to car. They basically let's see here. So actually, before I go to that, let me talk about option. All the vehicles under vehicle and car also use this option class. It basically just creates a string called details and returns the string in the get details method. Um, the other classes use this options class to create a variable called options. So like over here in vehicle, this is it creating using the option class, or actually over here, I guess, using the option class to create that variable options. Um, and then back to the pickup truck and the sports utility vehicle, these behave more like the car class than like its subclasses gas car and etc. So they create one private variable each. This one's creating cargo capacity, the other one creates towing capacity, and they return them in the get max towing weight and the get cargo capacity. So that's basically all my classes. I guess one thing I was thinking is that you could set up pickup truck, sports utility vehicle, and then maybe a third interface and set them up as interfaces instead of classes. So then in your gas car, electric car, and hybrid car, you could set, you could implement them and set what kind of car they are. Or maybe you could do it the other way around and have gas car, electric car, and hybrid cars interfaces, and then pickup truck and sports utility vehicle would be like subclasses to car. Um, just so you could set like more parameters basically based on what kind of car and what their fuel or the power source is. For the JUnit tests, uh, such as what is it, test car is combustible, creates an object of gas car and assigns it combustible, which is a type of combustible. So this is the combustible variable, which is getting which, which is assigned gas car, and it is a type of combustible interface. And then it calls the method tank up over here and then checks to make sure that the new fuel level in the combustible is 100, which it should be. And then below is also another object for gas car. This time it's just directly calling on gas car instead of setting it as a combustible type. It's just showing, I guess, the two different ways that you could call on the object. That's basically what all of these are doing, is just creating objects for that type of class, giving it the parameters necessary, and then checking and making sure that those variables are correct. So if I run this, it should, yeah. So it gives me passes for all the different tests. I hope my explanation is understandable. I know I kind of rushed through it, but thank you and have a good day.